Hello and welcome to Planet News. Here you will find everything new and exclusive. We hope you will join us by pressing subscribe and then like the video.
I want to play those remarks by President Trump this evening where he talked about UV light and disinfectant, which is used for disinfecting, tables and killing the virus on surfaces. And he was talking about somehow using it inside your body, which is not medically at all a good idea. This is what the president said.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
I'm going to leave it up to you two, but it just seems wildly irresponsible for the President of the United States to be musing out loud about people injecting disinfectant, used bleach and other disinfectants used to kill viruses on surfaces and in your kitchen, doing anything with that internally. It just, doctors,
right.
What do you make of it?
And he also said it needs to be studied. Actually, it doesn't. I mean, we know the answer to this one. There's a lot of things out there that we don't know the answers to, and we need to investigate. But the idea that we would do a trial of some sort and inject some people with disinfectant and some people not, and see what happens. I mean, as you point out, I think everybody would know that that would be dangerous and counterproductive and not at all moving us in the right direction. I don't know, Lena, what do you think?
Yeah, I completely agree. And I also worry that there are a lot of people for whom President Trump is the most trusted messenger. And I really hope that people are not listening to what he said tonight and thinking, well, maybe I should try this myself at home.
Yeah, I just feel like we're all sitting around talking about it as if it's, even something that's sort of vaguely acceptable and normal for the President of the United States, whose words are supposed to matter, to be saying this out in public. It just, as a citizen, this is just a terrible, terrible idea. Nobody anywhere should be ingesting any of this stuff, correct?
Correct. Unequivocal. I don't think there's any need to hedge on that. It was interesting when we talked to Dr. Hahn about it, what he said. He was very careful, obviously, as I guess he needs to be, but he said, well, these are conversations that are happening between patients and doctors, right. So we wanted to address them. Well, we should address it then. Don't do this.
But what terrified me about that, though, that conversation, is that it seems like at times the medical professionals and scientific professionals who are, allowed to speak at the White House by the president and the vice president, and their ability to speak is dependent on the vice president and the president allowing them to speak. His answer was, well, yes, that's kind of like the questions that anybody would ask their doctor. And yeah, that's probably true. But the president is not just anybody, and the briefing room of the White House is not a doctor's office, and millions of people are listening. And out of those millions of people, some people may try that.
Yeah, I wouldn't normalize this at all. I wouldn't even say that. I have a lot of respect for Dr. Hahn, obviously, but I don't think that this is a common conversation happening in doctors' offices. I'm a doctor. Lena, you're a doctor. Have patients been asking you, should they inject themselves with bleach? This isn't I just don't think we should be normalizing that in any way, shape, or form. Lena, do you agree?
I completely agree. I don't even think, as you said, we should not be hedging here. Look, I understand the difficult position that Dr. Han and these other doctors and scientists are in because they need to tell the truth while at the same time not upsetting the president so much that they can't be credible in his eyes and be able to still continue to do important work. But we, who are doctors, who are not beholden to the president, we need to be telling the unequivocal truth. And the unequivocal truth in this case is do not try these things at home, and follow your doctor's advice and follow good public health guidance as what would come from the CDC.
Yeah, it terrifies me that the people who run the CDC and the FDA are worried about upsetting the president and watch what they say based on that, because that just, as a citizen, that worries me.
You like the video, I share it in the channel, and you share the video with your friends. It is more support for us to develop from ourselves always. Thank you.